We now have Tropical Depression 14. This is going to be upgraded and called Milton over the course of the next 24 hours. And based on the initial track from the National Hurricane Center, we could be having a Category 2 hurricane making landfall just around the Tampa area as we go ahead through Wednesday morning. Let's break down this storm system and what we know as of this time. Now, of course, we've been monitoring this area for a few days, but just over the last few hours, we've been seeing that circulation around the center get tighter and tighter. And now it does look like here as of the 11 a.m. update, the National Hurricane Center has said, yeah, this is organized enough to be called a tropical depression. Now, at this time, there are no warnings at least posted across the state of Florida, but I wouldn't be surprised over the course of the next few hours, we start to see those warnings posted here. So you want to keep updated on the latest information. Taking a look at satellite imagery, though, here's your center of circulation. Plenty of convection continuing to flare up in the middle of that. Plenty of moisture off towards north, and it's moving over sea surface temperatures, which are definitely enough to inhibit or enough to allow for this to strengthen, not inhibit it, that is. Temperatures currently into the mid to high 80s. You need about 80 degrees Fahrenheit for a tropical system to develop. As it moves off towards north and east, though, there is some hostile environment off towards the north with that increase in vertical wind shear, but it does look like this is going to stay just towards the south of that, allowing it to intensify and might even have some extra outflow off towards the north. All of that said, where is it going and what do we know right now? Well, you just seen there with the official track from the National Hurricane Center, they do expect it to come on shore possibly Wednesday morning just around the Tampa area. Guidance has continued to show that really kind of scenario playing out, with the GFS showing much stronger, the ECMWF a little bit further towards the south and southwest Florida. Both of these, though, yeah, consistent, and the confidence continues to increase on that potential hurricane making landfall here early on Wednesday morning. We'll look at a different few models here. One thing I also want to point out is for the first coast around Jacksonville, it's not so much the center we're monitoring as well as this northeast or nor'easter that has been setting up over the last few days and will continue Monday, Tuesday, over towards Wednesday with those strong onshore winds and persistent or consistent rainfall, I should say, through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, over towards Wednesday. Those onshore winds, of course, are going to continue to pile up the tides too, so coastal flooding and tidal flooding is going to be an issue on top of that. So we have several different impacts. The center, that onshore wind at the nor'easter, and this front out ahead of it, all culminating for general impacts here across the first coast. I just showed you the GFS. This is the ECMWF, both showing a storm system coming onshore, one a bit weaker than the other. So you want to monitor for that intensity forecast, as that could change as we look at it then through the next few days. I don't expect this to become at this time a major hurricane, but definitely there is fuel available for maybe a high-end Cat 2. If it does go to 3, I would be surprised, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. At this point, though, yeah, we're going to continue to monitor this one. You still have that inflow out ahead of it. And I think the big thing with this is that it is currently Saturday morning. This could be making landfall by Wednesday, so not a exceptional amount of time to kind of watch out for this coming onshore, but definitely giving you at least several days heads up, especially for those people still recovering after Hurricane Helene. But plenty of rainfall in our forecast across the entire state of Florida, not only here on the west coast, but as mentioned, that nor'easter and that onshore wind just into the north side of the storm, and reason why in Jacksonville here we do have a weather impact alert in place through Sunday, Monday, and over towards Tuesday ahead of the storm, and then it passes towards our south on Wednesday with those gusty onshore winds, and then behind it some northerly winds will be building in with much drier conditions. Of course, check out firstcoastnews.com at our Hurricane Central for more information on this tropical depression soon to be named Milton.